All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Best Around Podcast with your host, Big Chad, and my co host, Mr. G3 Finisher. Tonight is going to be episode 10. We're just going to do open topic, open discussion on a bunch of different stuff. We're just going to go around and just talk about this. We're just going to talk about open discussions, open
Yeah,
topics.
yeah.
So I think one of the big topics and discussions is why is America so duped into believing that they have to settle for less than or settle for less is better or less is best.
Let boy up. I can't. But less is blessed is what they say. This is the mindset of the American people, bro. But I feel like it's programming. Agree or disagree?
I would say yes. I would say a lot of it is I would say a lot of it is programming and mindset.
So you
You
telling me
got
the American people cannot break the programming that the government has sought in front of them to lose? Because the programming that they have been dealing with for the last however long, hundred so years, have literally kept them under the government's thumb, waiting for the minimalist of help and continuing to settle for less. You telling me that there's nobody that can come in and say, I got the blueprint to break all curses to help you get everything that you want out of life. You telling me if a person got that on a golden platter, the American people would still say, fuck that, it's not real. I don't want it. I'm comfortable where I'm at getting fucked. That's what you tell them?
you know what some people in America is comfortable with being like Ken said. I see you in there, Ken. Welcome. What's up, Desiree?
What up? What
A
up?
lot of a lot of people are comfortable being debt dogs.
Yeah.
They
So would you
comfortable
say
with
that's
being
all
debt dogs.
American or some, but not all?
Some. I
Some.
think you have a select few that's ready to change that
Yeah.
stereotype,
Yeah.
but then you have others that don't want to change that stereotype. But
At
then
all.
on the flip side of that, if you have somebody that's
Hmm.
drawn up a blueprint to say, hey, I have the blueprint to change what America is going through. But if you don't want help, won't help if you don't want to help yourself.
Agree.
So if
Agree.
you
Say that shit
comfortable,
again.
if you comfortable doing the same old thing day in and day out and expect a different outcome,
Yeah.
that's pure insanity at its finest.
That's
You
pretty
you
much saying you're selling for less and calling yourself blessed.
basically,
That's fucking
basically.
insane.
But they
That's
say, hey, they say less is blessed.
less is not
How in
fucking blessed, bro.
how in hell can less be blessed and you don't have shit?
You're literally still working for the fucking man in your 50s and 60s when you should be living your latter years, enjoying your life with your grandkids. But no, you get up and go clock in for somebody else, still building their dreams. But you're going to preach less is blessed. Make that
Less is
shit make
blessed.
sense. That shit is insane.
You know what?
I cannot lead my
Pure
people
insanity.
nowhere that's going to tell them accept less and be glad and say that you're blessed. Fuck no, that's a mental break. Like your mind is thinking so small that you believe nothing that you do would make an impact. And I just can't live that way.
I,
That would never be my lesson to my kids to accept less and say that you're blessed. If you
and
know
say
how
that
to
you're
move
blessed.
your pieces on the board as a boss to make sure that they work and make sure everything running efficiently, do that shit. Boss out
Right.
all the way, big body level shit. Don't never let nobody tell you less is blessed. That's
But
stupidity, bro.
exactly. But then on the flip side of that, they'll say, oh, well, you know what? Less is blessed, but when you go to that 9 to 5
That part.
and you have something happen in your family, you got to go right back up there and ask the man
Come on.
if you can take the time off to go deal with the family emergency.
That part.
You 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 might have a job when you come back, and you might not have a job when you come back.
But think about
But at
that
the
though,
same,
Big C. You got to ask another man for you to go handle your business.
for you to go handle your family emergency,
But less is blessed.
but less is blessed.
Fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm
I can't
full.
do it. I can't do it. It's okay to be on
Hey,
government assistance and have a little to show instead of working your ass off and have whatever you want. But people do not want to work. That's why the
they don't
AI
want to
and
work.
all of this robotics is taking over. But they don't understand. As soon as the government has everything in place, just like what that movie was with Will Smith,
I
iRobot.
robot. I robot.
As soon as you have enough, the human race is no longer needed. So you got to realize that if they don't need you on their jobs, they definitely don't need a mouth to feed. They definitely don't need to give you any money. They definitely don't want to see you around when they got something that's going to actually do the work and they ain't got to pay them for it. You better think about that. Technology is moving fast. Things are happening very quickly, but we're living it now. But our kids' going to actually be in it. And that's a fight that they can't win. Did you see some of these robots that they're building now, bro?
Yeah.
You can't just take these things out with one shot.
No.
I saw a video.
You're gonna have to. I don't know.
I saw a video, boy. They was beating this robot down, and he still was hitting headshots.
Still was hitting back.
Taking them down, bro.
Still hitting back.
This is what the world needs to understand. The human race is important. Their votes are important. Who you put in front of us as the people running the world is important. And we put people in positions that don't live up to their word, that don't stand for the people first, then those people need to be taken out of those positions. This is just facts. I don't see no other way around it, because if we leave these people in position, not only are they getting great money to do really nothing in these positions. When do you really see anybody in the forefront that run the White House? You don't see them unless it's what?
You don't.
A big ass, this is a State of the Union address. Something happened.
Right.
We better see them now.
But then when you do see them, it's nothing. It's nothing from the heart. Somebody else wrote the speech for them to recite it.
You would never see from them. You would never see any president get on there and just speak from the heart. They can't.
And just go straight raw.
That part. They would never go straight raw. Why?
They can't just go straight raw.
Because I heard a conversation tonight that just let me know the American people are soft. I don't like the way you speak. So you rather me lie to you and sugarcoat what I need to say to you rather than speak to you real, because that hurt your feelings. And you're an adult. Right. You're in your latter years, and what I'm saying to you in the way that I say it, just because it has a little bit more profanity in it and vulgar in it, you don't like that. But the government can take your kids, put them in a war that they don't need to fight, tell you what you can and can't do in your house, come and lock you up for trying to break in your house when you own it. But somebody's wordage, the way they speak to you, hurts the what? Make it make sense to me, people. I'm just not understanding it, Chad. You're telling me we're living in a society of I wouldn't say emotionalist people. I would say people that are just tender as fuck.
Yeah. Or in their feelings. In their feelings about everything.
So do the American people actually need a voice? Like, would they even benefit from having somebody come and let them just speak and say the things that they want to say? Or would they be too scared to actually voice their opinion?
you know what? I think they would be more. I think they would be more. They would be more up to voicing their opinions if
Mhm.
they had a platform where they could go and speak their mind and not have to worry about editing out what they say or scripting out what they say or twisting a word
Mhm.
to make it
To the
etiquette enough
narrative. Yep.
to
Yep.
make it etiquette enough to say it. That's why I'm like, you know what? This ain't TikTok.
Right.
We say what the fuck we want to say.
Right.
If you gonna do one or two things. Either you gonna like what we talking about, or you can exit. You can exit and
That part.
leave. You don't
That
have to
part.
be here. You
Because
don't have to be here.
it makes no sense to be just like everybody else and try to please you and kiss your ass
I'm not
when
finna please you.
everybody else is being fake to you. If you pull up on
Exactly.
them, they will know you. But here on the Best Around podcast, you can have your voice. You can speak exactly the way you want to speak. Because again, we're not wearing our heart on our shoulder, but we want to see what the American people really need. And we want to invite anybody and everybody that want their voice heard on
Any
this
and
platform
everybody.
to be able to actually voice their opinion because it matters what's going on in your county, your city, your state. The
If you
government
don't,
will make sure that when you report something, it's edited, but not on the Best Around podcast.
not on the Best Around podcast. We don't edit nothing out over here.
No.
If you want to cuss your local mayor out, hey, come on the Best Around podcast. You can cuss him. You can cuss him out.
If you want to
You can
get that
cuss him
negative
out.
business, you can do what you do. Say from the heart.
Look, if you want to give him the business, come on over here on the Best Around podcast.
So,
You can
Chad,
give
would
him
the American
the
people
business.
benefit from a small stipend each month, or would they benefit from a settlement that helps them not only get out of debt but create change in the world?
Oh, they're gonna benefit. They're gonna benefit from a settlement that's ongoing monthly instead of as they say, oh, we want our reparations. Nah, I don't want no reparations. I want my
Nah, I don't
settlement.
even do it. Don't
I
even
want
do
my
it.
settlement.
But what's the difference between the reparations and the settlement, Chad?
Reparations is a one time payout.
That's it.
If the government deems that all of the injustices that you have been dealing with for generations upon generation, if they deem that, as they say, your shortcomings
Mhm.
is only worth $1,000, that's all your ass gonna get is $1,000. They're gonna give you $1,000 and say, you know what? Hey, we just gave you $1,000. Don't move
Move
your black
on.
ass out the line.
We don't want to hear you
Move,
talk about
move,
this shit no more.
right. Look, move your black ass out the line. Let somebody else come up in here and get what they want. Get their $1,000. They just gonna push you.
But does that?
They just gonna push you out the way.
Oh, you got it. You got it. I see you.
You know what?
No, I'm gonna tell you right off bat, KJ. I'm gonna tell you right off bat, KJ. I didn't see a lot of economics in that.
None.
I'm just gonna
None.
speak real, man. Hey, I have my little baby. Usually, my wife and my baby gets home by the time I'm actually going into the room, and they
Right.
were ears open with all of that, and I'm just like, baby, don't listen to everything that goes on Daddy's phone. Let's just understand that things are happening, and we're trying to work things out. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. It was 45 minutes to an hour of not economics. That's all I'm gonna say. Would you agree or disagree, Chad? I'm just who I am, bro. I can't be nowhere but G3, bro. I look at it like this. The American people is suffering. A lot of American people do not know. A lot of American people, like Miss Desiree says, are suffering from mental illness.
It most definitely wasn't no economics in that one.
There wasn't no economics. We need to do another podcast specifically on economics over emotion. I would agree with you 100%, KJ.
You know what? And Desiree, I told you already.
Yes.
You gonna
We're gonna have your segment. We're gonna have your segment.
I'm gonna do the show, and you're gonna have your segment.
We're gonna have segments on here.
You know what? You know what?
Because it's needed.
You know what? That might be the segment where the wives just do their segment.
Yeah, mental health.
We just produce it because not only does Desiree see it, but I'm pretty sure Sarah sees it also on the education side of it.
Exactly.
So both of them coming together and doing it
should be able to.
That should be something powerful.
Yeah,
for them to do.
I like that segment.
Mental health.
Yeah, that's needed, bro. I said I understand what the world is going through, but it's so rampant now because, again, let's just be real. The male leadership has been taken out of the house, and the kids are running rampant, and they're having kids with no tutelage, and the kids are having kids. And now these kids are looking up to mom and daddy on social media, shaking their ass and showing guns and popping bottles and showing their little money bags and dressing Gucci, Louis, and Prada. And little do they know that the people that they're promoting wouldn't care if they're not here tomorrow. So that is upsetting to me because when you actually look at it, bro, we got two things that happen. Either we stop spending money with the big conglomerates and we make our own, or we continue to spend money with them and they use us like they've been doing.
Right. Uses like test dummies.
Make it make sense.
Right.
My bad. I had to plug in that computer.
But I mean, and people that was just when you trying to come together on the united front for a common goal and the cause to make better for the American people, you get them devoted few that come in, want to disrupt what's going on, cause chaos, mass chaos, and they sit back and laugh about it because once you, and no offense to anybody, but when you entertain the bullshit, the bullshit's going to continue to come around.
That part, I would agree, 100%. And I told you I dealt with that in the little spot. Either I had a choice to entertain it or don't say anything.
Right. But if you feed into their mental health issues, it's going to continue.
Agree.
It's going to continue.
But it's running rampant now, Chad. They pretty much outnumber the same people. And it's not being diagnosed anymore. I mean, it's just like it's just regular.
You can't even medicate it no more to control it.
Yeah, I'll make somebody mad when I say this.
Say it.
LMNOPs, QRQZs, rampant. On
very much so.
Oh, I can do what I want. You can't call me this because I'm not that. But we were born with a certain part. You were born with a certain part. That's all I really see. I grew up that way. Now, mine, I'm never made to disrespect anybody. But when I see woman, I say, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am, I'm a sir. No, lady. I see titties. I'm going to call what I see. I don't care if you're a homie on the court, you dribbling, you got the girls. I'm still going to say, what up, babe? I see Hey, don't call me that. I'm with you. No, you ain't. I'm just.
No,
Hey, I'm a man. Call me a female. I'm sorry, bro. What up, homie? You doing too much, bro?
I had a.
But that's insanity. Would you say it's not?
Very much insanity. I had a guy.
Okay. Oh, let's not talk this shit now. Now
I
was at a certain era.
I was at a Walmart one day, and I heard a little old man in line in front of me. He was talking to the cashier. He said, "You know what the problem is between back when I was growing up and when the generation is growing up now?" The lady said, "What?" He said, "Back then, we had our Spider-Mans, we had our Supermans, we had our Wonder Womans." He said, "Now you got to wonder." He said, "Now you got to wonder if it's a woman."
That part. That part. You know they talking about. You know, Superman's son came out bisexual.
Right, but now here's the. You know what? But now here's the other flip side to that. They say having less. They say having less is blessed. So you mean to tell me
having more is stressed?
Look,
make it make sense. I don't understand it. Having less,
I don't get it.
Is blessed, but having more is stress because you got more to protect. You got more to lose. But if you protect it and you do what you need to do, it's a great feeling because now you got something you can hand down, you can give, you can enjoy your time. You're not worried about it. You can do exactly what you was born to do, which is live life and not let life live you. But less.
Right. Is blessed.
Fuck yeah, bro. Never. That's upsetting that messenger would actually try to implement that in someone's noggin, which has been in my noggin since I heard it. And it's been pissing me off daily because I cannot get down with that, man. That means I'm supposed to literally work my ass off until I hit the dirt and not enjoy this life that I'm given. Because I don't know. None of us know if we get another run at it. So you mean to tell me I'm just going to accept this negativity, accept being less than? Hell no, nigga. I'm a body. I'm a problem.
Not even remotely close.
Everyone has some sort of mental health, but people need to stop using mental health issues as a crutch. A crutch of excuses. Okay, I do agree with that 100%. A lot of people do use mental health as a crutch and try to fall back on that when they've done people wrong or they've done something wrong. And I would agree with you 100% that is the lamest fucking excuse ever. I had a mental break. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, it's my anxiety. Bitch, we didn't have those excuses when we were growing up. You can't yell at her because you're hurting her feelings. Fuck her feelings. She's doing wrong. If I told you to sit your little ass down in the corner while I'm on this podcast, you better sit and don't move. Fuck your feelings. You don't run shit over here. But she's 3, she's 2. No. She better understand when the nigga ain't playing with her, playing with him.
Right.
Like what Bernie Mac said, you 1 year old. I should be able to hit your ass in the throat, in the stomach.
Hit you in the throat, hit you in the throat and in the stomach. But I mean, Ken, you said it best. You know what? I don't give 2 fucks about nobody's feelings. I don't give 2 fucks about nobody's feelings.
Right.
Because contrary to popular demand, this my shit. I say what the fuck I want to say.
That boy. And if they don't like it,
Mosey the fuck on. You ain't
Get
gotta
on
come
down
over
the
here.
road.
You ain't gotta
Because
come over.
that's
You
what
ain't gotta come over here.
America is so used to, Chad, is people kissing their ass and lying to
I'm
them.
not.
They rather
I'm
have
not.
a fictional story and say what the word they use now on every podcast, so you don't get yourself in trouble saying the facts. They say some shit about
It's fictional.
hypothetically this happened, or
Hypothetically, yeah.
some fuck shit like that. Like, you can't be factual. If a bitch got an STD and she giving it to the hood, you don't supposed to say she's giving it to the hood. You supposed to say, well, we heard it could be her giving it to the hood. No, nigga.
Or she's allegedly burning.
There it is. That's that word. Allegedly. This happened. Allegedly, the dudes that was in Australia humping the dogs and raping and killing them, he didn't want the dogs coming back and putting the case on him, so he had to go in. He was having interrelationships with all of his pets. And so they couldn't come back and tell he brutally killed them after that. But I said, okay, who kept giving this dude animals if they knew his first dog went missing? They need to get their ass locked up too.
Right. Who giving him animals?
Who kept giving him animals after the first little Bow Wow went missing? And you know, what you out here taking dog ass though, bro? Mental issues, bro. Mental issues, and they're literally letting it just skate by. No jail is going to do this nigga any good. Now he's sitting on the tax dollars just thinking about what he did. No, nigga, if you raping dogs and animals and brutally killing them, eye for an eye, a butt for a butt.
The most they can get him is mental cruelty to an animal.
That's fucked up, bro. And he only doing 10 years, bro.
That's it.
Dogs got feelings too.
And he's gonna get right back out and probably do the exact same thing.
And get some more dog ass. That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro. But think about this, Chad. Let's just be real, Chad. Was there not such thing called bestiality back in the day? Where you see all these women hitting horses and dogs and all of that shit. So why he get called out when this shit been going on for a while?
Because he a man.
So it's a biased world when it comes to a man doing it than a female doing it.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that hit him in the heart. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
Very.
So you telling me it's more easier? I'm gonna go there.
Hey, this is the Best Round Podcast. We say what the fuck.
A woman like a woman, and the woman don't want to give it up. The woman take what she want or lick what she want. It's less frowned upon than a man like a woman. He take what he want, and it's called rapé. He's sentenced harsher than the woman is for doing the exact same thing.
Right.
You agree with that? I'm just trying to make it make sense. Like it's the same thing. You took something that didn't belong to you. So why don't you get the same punishment as a man doing it? Why is it that biased when it comes to shit like that?
I guess it only matters if it's a school teacher with another kid.
But they've been doing, bro. Do you imagine? See, that's another thing that changed, bro.
That's been going on for years.
We didn't have teachers like that with the BBLs and all that. We had big back, mold faced teachers. Nobody wanted to hit them.
But if
they were down,
if you had a good looking teacher, and per se you did something with that.
We ain't telling shit.
We didn't tell nobody.
Telling shit.
We ain't saying.
I don't care if she come out with a baby, nigga. You been saying it's your husband, baby, nigga.
You better say something. What? You better say something.
Nigga, if I'm hitting Miss Haynes, nigga, Miss Haynes ain't telling nobody nothing, nigga. At PE, Frank is always in trouble at PE. Take him in my office.
I'm taking that shit. I'm taking that shit all the way through
Teachers are
school.
now close to the kid's age. But what can a 15-year-old tell a 29 and 30-year-old that makes her say, I want to try you? Make that make sense. I just don't understand it.
Mental
I
health.
just don't get it.
Mental health.
Mental fucking break.
Mental health.
Nobody wants her at her age, or she done hold herself out enough that now she said, I got to try something and get something before it even get to the streets. Is that R. Kelly factor where I need to get it off the shelf before it hit the streets?
That or if it's not that, reason why I say mental health is because she spends more. Here where I'm going with it.
Okay.
She spends more time at school with that child than she do at home with her own significant other.
But she's supposed to be molding this child to be the best, not sexing this child because she's making him into what she wants.
She's in theory, in her mind, she's getting from that child that's a matter of years under her age.
Right.
She's getting that companionship from that child.
That attention.
She's not getting at home. She's around this kid more than she's around her significant other.
So this ain't no mental health issue. This they suffering from PAMS. Please acknowledge me syndrome.
Yes.
If you acknowledge me and you pay me attention, I'm attracted to you. I like you. You can get what you want from me.
Yes.
What the fuck, bro? Never have I ever until now. That's why I say we're living in a totally different day and age.
Make it make sense.
Age. But you know we live in a totally different day and age when they don't even want the humans to cohabitate anymore. They want to build the life-size version of the one you truly desire in a robot form. And you can take it to the store.
Take it to the store with you. Take it to the store with you. Give it. And the shitty part about that is you can give it whatever voice you want. All you do is plug into the computer and put the voice in it.
Didn't they have a movie like that back in the day?
iRobot.
Weird Science.
Weird Science and iRobot. Get on your computer. Hey, you know what? I won't. Let me get this picture out this magazine and scan it into the computer and see if I can restructure it and make it come out looking the way I want. Build a bear. Instead of
1-800 build a bitch. Boy.
Instead of 1-800 build a bitch.
Ain't that boy, that's something else right there, bro. That's crazy.
But it's 1-800 build a bitch that don't have no emotions at all.
Come on. Do what I say. Don't fight against it. Talk when I want you to talk.
It's a computer.
Say what I want you to say to boost my self-esteem. And then shut the hell up and run your battery down when I'm done with you. And I plug you in and put you in the closet.
Or I'm gonna unplug you.
God damn, look at the world going shit.
Look, I pull your computer chip out and just let you go.
Hey, bro, the world going to shit, bro.
Look, take you over there in that corner. plug you in, pull your chip out. You just limp.
Drop down. You ain't got to worry about it. You still got your time alone. You ain't worried about it bother you. She ain't cooking no food.
Look, like that song. They're gonna drop down and get the eagle on. They just gonna be.
bro.
Be in the
The world
corner.
going to shit, bro. Hey, I have to be real with him. Is there any saving humanity with what we're living with now? Is there any helping them to love themselves for who they are and understand you don't need a device to make you who you are? You don't need all of this materialistic shit, but maybe that's that less is blessed attitude.
Less is blessed.
But
Less
maybe
is
you
blessed.
need materialistic shit. Do you? Do you not? A big ass house and it's only two of y'all, Chad. Do you need it? Yes or no?
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Big ass house and there's only two of you. Do you need it? Yes or no? 7 bedrooms, 6 bath, 2-car garage.
All right,
swimming
KJ.
pool.
A house that big? Do I need it?
House that big. 2 people. Do you need it? Yes or no?
For 2 people.
2 people.
Damn.
6,000 square feet. 7 bed, 6 bath, 3-car garage, pool, sitting on about 20 acres. Do you need it? Or should you accept smaller because it's only 2?
Hell no, it's time to start living instead of surviving. I want that. I want all of that.
You need all of that.
I want all that. I want the whole 20.
The whole 20.
I want the whole 20 and everything that's on it.
I would have to agree with you 100%.
I want the whole 20.
Even if I ain't using the whole 20, just to have it.
You know what? If I'm not using the whole 20, you already know where I'm gonna go with this. If I'm not using the whole 20, I damn sure another family that I know another family that can come in and help utilize.
That I can put on that. Damn right. Real talk. You don't need it to be blessed. Agree. There you go. That's the answers we're looking for. Understanding that you don't need it, but if you're blessed with it,
if you're blessed with it, enjoy it.
Enjoy it. That don't never cut your blessing short and say, I just want a little bit. That makes no sense to me.
I want it all. I want the whole 20. I want the whole 20. Because that way, if I'm blessed to be able to have the whole 20 with a house that size on there, and it's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody coming over to visit. No. That's a motel down the street.
That part.
There's a motel down the street. Or if you want to, you can go all the way out in the back corner of that 20. It's the in-law suite. It's all the way out there in the back corner of the property.
That part.
Way on back there. Way on back there. You can stay back there. But up here in the immediate vicinity, no. All the rooms up here is taken.
So would you say having stuff like that and showing it to everybody constantly is like flaunting, or would you say it's just showing people I am blessed, I am successful? Because again, I saw a commercial with Kim Kardashian when she was like, I'm Kim Kardashian. I got a sauna in my house and in my office. And I'm Kim Kardashian. Yes, I got makeup studios. Is that rubbing it in the people's face that don't have?
Yes. That's rubbing it in people's faces as less fortunate.
So you don't see that as motivating or inspiring?
I mean, yeah, you can motivate people to want more, or you can inspire them to dream.
Or would you just say, bitch, I'm rich and you're not?
Yeah, some of them say that too. Because in my eyes, like that, if I'm dreaming about having 20 acres,
yeah,
with a 30-something, with a big house, yeah. 6,000 square feet, 10,000 square foot house, yeah, and it's just me and my wife and our daughter. But I know me and my wife and my daughter, we're not gonna be able to utilize all that square footage in that property.
Right.
So in my eyes, if I'm blessed with it, I'm going to find another family that's less fortunate
That part.
that can benefit from my blessings.
That part. But see, that is one of the biggest things I feel like the American people that have it and have it in abundance skip. They only want to give to their charities that they know they get a tax cut off.
Well,
they don't want to give it to the people that actually need it.
And not only that, a lot of people that's got it, you lose out on your true blessings because you don't want to share it with nobody else.
Agree, 100%. I would agree with that 100%, bro.
You would rather get it, build it, have it, sell it, than give it to somebody else that's less fortunate.
Oh yeah, 10 times out of 10.
If you think about it, if you dream about it, you have a goal that you want to achieve. You're dreaming about that goal. Mm-hmm. At the same time, your dreams will make this goal get up and put on clothes,
take action, right,
to take actions to get that goal,
right,
make that dream a reality and turn that dream into a goal,
right.
But if you don't want to do that, you blocking yourself.
Yeah.
You blocking
100%.
You blocking yourself 100%. from a blessing.
So if a person is giving you everything on a platter and you choose to still not accept it,
you choose not to accept it.
You blocking yourself.
You blocking yourself. So in that sense, if you blocking yourself from your blessing, you basically saying less is blessed.
That part. That's
pretty much.
Shit, right?
You pretty much saying, well, I got it, but I know little Johnny and his family around the corner. They've been down on some hard times. They struggling.
Yeah.
I got this 20-acre lot. I don't want to go out there on the weekends and cut that big ass motherfucker because it's long and big.
Right.
But I got a nice zero turn in the garage that, you know what? Let me go around the corner and ask little Johnny and his dad if they want to come over here on the weekends, make a little extra money, and cut the property, take care of the property.
Yeah.
Just be caretakers on the property. Come cut the grass when it needs to be cut.
That part.
And I got an Olympic-sized swimming pool back there in the back. If you and your family want to come over and we have a cookout, y'all utilize the pool, utilize the 20 acres back there, and knock yourself out. Hey, bring your. You know what? You ain't even gotta go worry about getting no 4-wheelers. I got 4-wheelers in the back. Go back there and get what you want and go.
The question is, would the American people actually do that?
Hell no.
I mean, you answered it for me. It's all groupish. If you live in the same cul-de-sac as me and we all have $700,000 to $1 million houses, you can be invited over and take part in what we're taking part with because you match up. But if you cut my grass and you don't live in our zip code and you come to give a service, do your service and get the fuck away from me.
Do your service and bounce.
That's the American mindset. That's the European mindset.
Do your service and bounce because.
But why is that?
Because you are over here to do a service. Do your service, pack up, clean up, leave. Because you're not a part of this circle.
But
do your service.
I got the success. You're coming over with a business. My business is making me a shit ton of money. But you have a business that's doing me a solid. Why can't I give you that business and not just try to sell you that business? I see how hard you work in your business. You come to do me a service. I got shit ton of money. You're down here in my mind. But I can't give you the game to elevate your business and to get you where I'm at because you don't hang around the circle I hang around. In my
Shallow-minded.
mind, me and my circle is better than you.
Shallow-minded.
Thank you. But you know that's the world we live in.
Yeah. Shallow-minded.
The type of car you drive, the home, the zip code you live in, the overall knowledge that you have on certain subjects. You're not educated if you don't speak the way they speak.
The way they speak.
But again, they got to understand the difference between educated and indoctrinated.
And this is where a lot of people in these high sedity gated communities miss out on their true blessings. You have a guy come in there faithfully, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, cut certain yards. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's them the days that he cut certain yards. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, he cuts other yards. If he only cut your yard on a Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, he set you on those dates for a reason, because he has other clientele that he deal with Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He can't push his Monday, Wednesday, Friday customers off because you say you're gonna be out of town on Saturday, but you want him to cut your grass Friday. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. Ain't gonna happen.
But the privilege would say, I need you to get to it when I need you to get to it, or you lose my yard as your customer.
Right.
So they'll force this man's hand to rearrange his business to fit their needs when they're still going to pay him the same rate. Just because it fits what they need at that time. That's selfish. That's spoiled. That's entitled.
Shallow-minded.
That's a dick. And shallow-minded. I would agree, 100%. She said, y'all are making me scream at my phone because I can't type. That's bad.
But then not only that, in so much of a sense, that's them basically saying, you know what? Since you cut grass, you're a landscaper. You are less than us. We wear our nice fancy polo shirts. We wear our nice khakis around the house. We work from home.
Right. We go golfing on Saturday while you go to work.
Golfing on Saturday. Well, at the same token, even though you say you don't work a 9 to 5, bitch, you still working a 9 to 5. Because you gotta depend on somebody to make sure that income that you are depending on having is in that bank account.
That part. Every month. Even if you're running a business.
You're depending on somebody else. You're depending on somebody else to utilize your goods and services to make sure your money is in your bank account.
That part. That's the 9 to 5.
That's a 9 to 5. That's a worker bee. That's a worker bee.
All day, every day, 3 times on Sunday.
If you claim you don't work, and you collect SSI, bitch, you a worker bee. Because you still have to depend on the man. You have to depend on the man,
right,
to make sure that money is in your account.
Gets in the account, right. But the taxpayers are paying your motherfucking SSI.
The taxpayers is paying your SSI.
So you need to cut that out, acting like you miss good bad. You need to get on out of here. You depending on somebody.
The taxpayers are paying money out of their checks faithfully every week, every 2 weeks.
That part.
However you want to say, twice a month, once a month, 4 times on Sunday, whatever. You still are dependent on somebody to make sure your money is in your account.
Right.
Contrary to popular demand, how you look at it, you're a worker bee.
That part. All day, every day.
You're a worker bee.
Yep. But what they don't realize, Chad, even when you plan to go on vacation,
You still got to ask
Even
somebody
when
for
you,
permission.
even when you're actually moving with your family, you're still moving like a worker bee.
You
You
still
had to
moving.
plan it, you had to take it, you had to go on in and act like you enjoy it, pay overpriced shit for it just to make a memory, to come back and say, okay, now I got to go back to reality. You don't live there every day. Come on. Small little escapes is good for America. But I say there should be more people enjoying life than just letting life live them. And I feel like that's where that stress comes from, that anxiety, that depression, that self-esteem, that overall health issues, the mental crisis, all of that, being overworked and underpaid.
You should be able to be in a position where you can start living instead of surviving.
Yes, agree. 100%.
You should be able to be in a position where you can start living instead of surviving.
But how do they do that if they don't see a way out? They just see brick wall after brick wall, and all they're doing is running into it head on without a way to escape. If they just look to the right and see that the damn door is open, they just want to keep going straight. That's all they've been taught. Keep going straight. One track mind.
That's how they've been taught. Go straight, go straight, go straight, go straight, go straight.
There's no way out. The government wins. The government rules. There's no way out. There's nothing I can do. They make the rules. We just follow them.
Just follow it.
Fuck no. Never gonna follow them.
If they tell you to, hey, I want you to run into that brick wall head first, as fast as you can go. But now if that brick wall knock your ass out, I didn't tell you to run into that brick wall with no helmet on. You did that on your own.
You should have known to put on some PPE.
You should have known to put on some personal protective equipment before you ran.
That boy, you should have known that, goddamn it, before you even took off. Yeah.
I don't understand the mindset. If the government tells you, hey, you know the Amtrak is due to come through at 10 o'clock on the dot. 9:58. Just in case it's a couple minutes early. Anywhere between 9:55 and 9:59. I need you to be standing in the middle of them tracks with your back turned to the direction that the train gonna come from. And when he smack into you, I didn't tell you to go stand out there on them tracks. You did that on your own.
Yeah.
But
you said, you got to change your mindset to change your lifestyle.
You better change something.
You got to have a full paradigm shift. You got to get out of the one-track mind of doing the same shit over and over. Before you look up, you're in your 40s, then your 60s, then your 80s. And then when you look back through life, you still in debt. You still paying a mortgage. You still left your kids, your grandkids, nothing. And now it's almost time for you to hit the dirt. What was life really?
Nothing.
Besides doing what someone else told you should do for you and yours. Make it make sense. I'm just not understanding the mental state of the American people. That's supposed to be one of the most powerful countries in the world, but mentally the most weakest ones. Because if you look at China and the way they people move, it's a different fucking level.
China, they people move with precision.
Yes.
They got a goal in mind when they move around.
As soon as their kid's born. It's a different way of living.
Different way of living.
And guess what? It's 2024. I guarantee they still ain't disrespecting their elders over there.
I wish you would.
Over there.
I wish you would.
Thank you.
Oh, you can talk. You know what? You see that booth right there on the corner? That's empty. That's yours. That's your booth. You see that booth over there on the corner that's empty? Yeah, that's your booth. Go over there and make something with it. Go over there and make something with it.
Before they even five, though, Chad, they already know how to run a business.
Because they teach them.
They done taught them hands-on shit. And I know one person that did say, I want to change the school curriculum to make sure kids know how to run a business. I did meet one person in my life that said
I,
that.
I met one. I met one too.
He was like,
You
man,
know what?
if we change the game, we got to change it for the betterment of humanity. And I was like, I would agree with you on that one. You're right.
You
You're
know
right.
what? I think we met the same man.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot
I
of
think
people say they don't know about him though. I guess
we met the
that's
we
just a
met
thing of
the
the past.
then we met the same man, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
Oh
that,
yeah.
that man right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That man right there.
That right there. Right there. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
right
That
there.
right there.
Yeah.
They don't
And
they don't they
and
don't know
and
about that man though, as they say. Yeah.
they don't know about that. They don't know
That,
about that right there. They don't know about that right there.
they don't know about that smile, bro. They don't know about it. But
Man, look.
we try our best to not only speak on what we're going through, but to hear what the American people needs. Because again, you will see us more and more. And when you see us, it's all about you guys. It's all about the American people and what helps and what has been hindering. And if you look at what has been hindering the American people, it has been the government. Let's
Right.
just let's just be real. We cannot fake that shit. The food that we eat,
It's the
unhealthy.
government.
The
Unhealthy.
water that we
Very
drink,
unhealthy.
unhealthy. Who giving it to us? By the
Well,
truckload.
hell. If you want to go out to hell, you want to talk about the food and the water. Shit. I, I don't think this air we breathing is healthy either.
That part. I wouldn't put it past them if they don't try to charge a nigga for air. Pretty
I wish
shortly, nigga. Have you
all right.
seen the price of the shit, bro?
Look, charge me for air if you want to.
Bro.
Charge me for air if you want to. I still got all the oxygen tanks from when I caught COVID. I be sitting in the house with my own oxygen machine going, pumping air into the house. Can't come up in
But
here.
they,
I'm gonna have to charge you. I'm gonna have to charge you for this air.
but they need the American people need to know that the game is to diminish the numbers by the
That's it.
masses.
It's all about
Population
control.
Facts. Facts.
Population control. It's
Just that
population
is.
control. That's all.
And if I
There's
can't
no
control the
other way to say it.
population, if I can't
I'm gonna
control the
control you.
population, and if the population actually are acting like insurgents, I'm gonna use their own military to make them combatants. I'm gonna make sure if they do not follow the line, is get down and lay down. Get down and lay down with your own people. And have they not, bro? Let's be real. Have they not been trained to do just that? When you go in another country, you cannot ask any questions. You just have to take order and get it done.
Take order, and get it done.
Is that not like the best programming in the world? You go against what you know is wrong to do what you're told to do.
And if you, how do I put it? If you don't want to get in, if you don't want to get in line with what they tell you to do, I'm finna go way back on this one. If you don't get in line with what they tell you gonna do, they'll hire Gary Thomas Rowe to blow up the Baptist church with young black girls in it. That Gary Thomas Rowe was hired by John Franklin Kennedy.
That part, the government,
to blow up a Baptist church with young black girls in it.
They played a part in
it. Right. But then on the same token, you got Martin Luther King Jr.
Yep. Don't go there.
Jesse Jackson.
You ain't gonna talk about Mr. Martin Luther King.
You got Martin Luther King Jr., you got Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton. They were all community activists back in the day. that
crisis
marched
actors.
that marched together. But you mean to tell me you had enough activism to activate the black community to march against the bombing of that Baptist church?
Mm.
But you mean to tell me you didn't know about it?
Oh, they
And
knew.
you, Martin Luther King Jr. was already doing backdoor deals with John Franklin Kennedy and
That
Adolf
part.
Hitler.
That part.
So the way to keep the media spotlight off of you,
Mm-hmm.
you cause an uproar amongst the African American community. You go out in the streets, march, but you march your people into a legal ass whooping
That
with
part.
billy clubs, being bit by dogs, sprayed down with fire hoses.
That part.
Over what? Something that you knew about.
That
But
part.
because you wouldn't fall in line
Mm-hmm.
like they told your black ass you was gonna have to do, they
Hit the
showed
bed.
you what they showed you what they could do since you disobeyed what they told you you was gonna do. You
That part.
disobeyed what they told you you had to do or what you were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed you, okay, we blow up a Baptist church with young
Mm-hmm.
innocent black girls in it. Now what you gonna do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. And if you don't
Nothing.
want to get down, we're gonna lay you down. And that's exactly what they did.
That's just what they did.
And
On that, on
this
that,
shit's
on
been
that,
going on
on
so
that.
long,
Look,
bro.
that's exactly what they did on that balcony at that motel.
That part.
You either sit down or we gonna lay you down. One
That
of the
part.
two. Sit down and we put you down.
Yep. Yep. That's pretty much
Yeah,
what it is.
he didn't want to sit down, so they put him down.
The only way they can control the masses is to dumb them down, keep them
Dumb him
blinded,
down.
so that they
Blind.
do not ask any questions.
Not
This is
near
just
nothing.
facts. This is just facts. I don't want you to know that your history was made up by us and you're not learning the real history. I don't want you to know anything that you need to know that's going to make you wake up and see that we've been hitting you raw with no lube for a while. You,
Like
your
Ice Cube,
people's people.
like
Man, I
Ice Cube
saw a
said.
map. I saw a
Like he
map
said,
that showed
no
all the
Vaseline.
Indians. No Vaseline. I saw a map with all the Indian colonies, and you know it covered the entire United States.
The entire globe.
They don't show that.
No.
And I wondered why, coming from Florida, they had us learning Cherokee and Seminole Indian, going to all these little powwows and learning how to build teepees. Like, why the fuck would I need to know that when I'm African American? But then when I did the research, found out my people was actually Seminole Indians. And I was like, now this nose makes sense. Because they kept telling me you ain't got the regular black guy nose. I was like, I know. It looks different. But now I know, right?
You know now. You know now.
I know. But that's research that they would never teach you.
But then it puts it more in perspective when you go to Oklahoma.
Yes. Yep.
Oklahoma, Kentucky.
Yep.
And you got all these different names on all these different towns.
Mm-hmm.
But Oklahoma, majority of the towns in the state of Oklahoma,
the weirdest fucking backwoods
is named from a Indian tribe.
Yep, agree.
You got your Cherokees, you got the Comanches.
Yep, Blackfoot. All that shit.
You got Blackfoot. You got your Choctaws.
Choctaw. Yeah, all that crazy shit. It runs rampant. But you know, they say Christopher Columbus discovered this motherfucker. How when it was already discovered?
The fuck you gonna discover something that was already here when you came over here on your wooden boat?
You were teaching people that shit. Mind control, programming. And when you
How
do
you
it
gonna?
so much, they don't know nothing but that. So when I see people online telling me, a lady wrote me today and said, we need to give the people the right information. She said, we need to get you out the vote. We see you a registered voter in Texas. I said, the only ballot I'll be casting is for Tanner Hunt. If you don't know who that is, you need to do your research. She wrote back, well, we need to make sure that people are getting the right information. This is a person text my phone that shouldn't have my number, trying to sway me to vote for the Democratic or the Republican Party. And I said, I'm not voting for either one of
I ain't
them.
voting for either one. I ain't voting for either one of y'all.
And when I told her who I'm voting for and what they stand for, she said, well, we need to get the right information up. We need to make sure that people have the correct information. So you telling me you just down with people just fucking you and your people. That's what you're telling me, lady.
But
You're down being blinded.
well, hey, they did say less is blessed.
Dumb shit, bro. Dumb shit, bro. I don't understand it, my dude. But
That's what they
that's
said.
just the way the world needs to understand that if we do not wake up, we will continue to settle for less and call
For
it
less and
when we
call it
can live in
blessed.
abundance and accept every single piece that is coming to us because we deserve more. We actually
Right.
need more with the way the world is right now. Nigga, have you seen the price of a gallon of milk and a thing of eggs? It's insane. I got a little birthday card for $10 for Loves. I said, bitch, that wouldn't even buy me a stick of gum. That's $7 for just a pack of gum, bro.
That ain't, man. Look, that ain't finna buy.
Come on, man.
That
Somebody need to tell
look,
the American people what
Jesus, that
does
$10.
interviewing them even help, Chad? Like, can we be real? Like, does that fix anything in them,
What
or is it just another
interviewing?
crazy motherfucker just gonna say the wildest shit?
What interviewing?
The American
Interviewing
people,
the American people.
yeah, because not just
You know what?
one ethnicity,
But
not just one class, everybody.
I think they would, but they would feel better. They would feel better if they had a place where their voice could be heard.
Rather than just see the superstars and the celebrities speak, the
Look,
American people really
let
need
let
somebody
the
to just
let
let
the
them
let,
voice their
the
opinion.
American people need someplace to go, or they need someone to come to them
Okay,
and just let their voice be heard.
only on the Best Around podcast.
Only on the Best Around podcast. You can come on here. You can come on here and you can come on here and you can come on here and say what you want to say and mean what you say.
Mic up,
Cuss them, cuss a motherfucker out, and ain't got to worry about
mic
no
up.
repercussions because we
That
don't
part.
edit nothing out over here.
Drop mic all day, every day. I love it.
Hey, hot mic over
Hot
here.
mic,
Say what you
hot mic all day,
want
every
to
day.
say.
Let's go. Cooking. You
Say what you want
cooking,
to say.
goddamn. Cooking with a hot mic.
Say what you
American
want to
people,
say.
let it be.
Look. Say what you want to say, and don't have to worry about no backlash over
That
what you
part.
said.
But
But
if you
the only
really
thing you
are
can't
about
the only
change and the betterment of
the
humanity,
only
there's a movement going
the
on.
only thing the only thing you can't do over here, you can't drop a mic because these motherfuckers ain't cheap.
That part. That part. That part. We ain't playing around with the equipment, bro. I like it,
But
but
you can
dude,
show, you can show, come over here and say what you want to say and mean what you
that
want to
part.
say and mean what you say. But
Stand on it.
I have it. You know what? I heard there's a movement going
Oh yeah.
on.
I heard there's real movement
I
happening.
heard there's a movement going on, and he's out for the betterment of all Americans,
Mm-hmm.
not just some. He's out for all Americans. But people just have to. People have to open they have to open they have to open up their minds and their hearts
Mm-hmm.
to receiving something that's different than what they've been
Very,
dealing with
very
on a
different.
regular basis.
Life-changing different. Prize
Ri-
patrol different.
All
Lotto
around,
ticket winning different.
all around, totally different.
But people think only a certain select few people get that option, not them. They don't think they should deserve that.
It's for everybody. It's for everybody. This man has got keys to showing you where you can have generational wealth,
Mm-hmm.
multiple streams of income. He's giving out free deeds, free deeds. All you have to do is find anybody that's a part of that's affiliated with his organization and his
Mm-hmm.
movement. All you have to do is reach out to any of them, and they will tell you how to get over to where you need to get
To speak to him.
to speak to him 1-on-1.
That boy.
Get your name on the list to get a free deed. And he's a federal presidential candidate that you can talk
That
to
boy.
1-on-1 every
Do your
day,
research.
7 days a week.
Don't just skim Google. Do your research.
Do your research.
You'll find all the answers you need.
All your answers you need about who is Dr. Malcolm Tanner.
That boy.
Any of these search engines gonna give you everything you need to know about who this man is. And then
just
and
like
only
all the
and
Americans,
then and only then, if you still haven't had the answer of who is Dr. Malcolm Tanner, if you still haven't had that question answered for you, then and only then, I would highly advise you to grab your cellular device, go into your app store,
mm-hmm.
download an app that's called Clubhouse. It's a yellow hand, look like Bart Simpson.
Yep.
I would highly advise you to download that app. Hit the little search, go in there, create a profile with your name and your government picture. Then after you do that, I need you to hit the search, the little search glass. I need you to type in Tanner 2024 presidential run, and it will get you over into the campaign / situation / war / cuss you out room. Whatever name you want to put on that room, I guarantee you,
But he gonna give it to you 100 like any other, no other
he's gonna
president
give
will.
it. He's gonna give it to you raw. And I implore you, America, if you do all of those steps and get over there in that campaign room, do not come in that campaign room with a DAQ. And for all you so-called educated Americans, that's considered as a dumb ass question. Because if you come in there with a dumb ass question, hashtag DAQ,
mm-hmm.
somebody over there in that room is going to come right back behind that with a DAA. Hashtag dumbass answer. If you come over there with a dumbass question, they're going to give you a dumbass answer.
Because everything you want to know.
I heard the dumbest, most idiotic ass DAQ. . Possibly last night.
What was it?
A lady said it was either last night or this morning. I want to say it was last night. This lady had the nerve to ask him, well, what is the initial investment to get a free deed?
We take an investment for these? Did you pay one? I know I didn't.
I didn't pay nothing.
Where the fuck you get that information?
What is the initial investment to get a free deed? What part of free didn't she understand? Do she not understand what the word free means?
Oh, her mindset states that there's nothing in the world for free. But I mean, he told you in it, it would cost you your time just to come over and learn how to get your name on the list for a free deed. Your time.
It cost you
That's your initial investment.
It costs you nothing to be there, but it will cost you everything if you not.
To not that part.
So what
Making
part of
sense?
so what part of free didn't she understand?
I'm telling you, man. It's the
You know what?
mindset.
The part of free that she did not understand. Maybe she didn't understand the F, the R, or the double E's.
Maybe he spelled out something different.
Maybe the letter F means one thing. The letter R means something else. Letter E means something else, and the other letter E means something else.
But it damn
Is
sure
it
don't
something?
mean free.
It
Damn sure don't
because
mean free.
when you tell them it's free
For the free 99.
they don't want it.
No. Got to be a catch.
There is a catch. You know what the catch is? I'll tell you the catch. Because it's stated that it's free,
mm-hmm.
and it's coming from a black man.
There's a catch.
But if it was stated that it was free and coming from a white man, where do I sign up at? Where do I sign up at?
Let me get my stimulus. Let
me get my stimulus.
They care.
Let me get my stimulus. They care about us.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Just be real.
But
they never want to see you up.
But now, if black man told you for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have 2 truckloads full of butterball turkeys, free. It'd take this man all damn day to
get rid of.
To get rid of them. But now, if the same 2 truckloads of butterball turkeys, a white man was standing there next to both of them trays and said, "Hey, for Thanksgiving, I'm going to come over on the south side of Chicago and I'm going to pass out free butterball turkeys. Both of them trucks will be emptied in less than an hour."
Agreed. Programming.
But since it's coming from a black man, it's going to take him from sun up to sundown just to empty one trailer.
They don't trust it. Their own kind.
Don't trust him. Because it's coming from their own kind.
That's upsetting.
It's sad, and it's the same. It's the same thing. If your car if your car break down
Mm-hmm.
and you take it to Uncle Earl around the corner, Uncle Earl gonna fix your car. But when Uncle Earl gets done working on your car, you're gonna ask Uncle Earl, you be like, man, you know what, Uncle Earl, my check was light this week. Can I give you half of it now and give you the other half week after next when I get paid? But the same car, Uncle Earl is out of town. So Uncle Earl can't work on your car. So you got to take it on the other side of town to Mr. Bill.
Mm-hmm.
When Mr. Bill get done working on your car, you gonna have all of Mr. Bill's money to pay
That
him
part.
to pay him when you go pick your car up.
He ain't taking half of it, right?
He ain't taking half of it, but you gonna have all of his money.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go over here to Uncle Earl,
Let me pay you a little
you
bit.
only want to give Uncle Earl half of the money.
That part.
But when you go over here to Mr. Bill, you
Whatever he
you
say,
look
you giving it up.
you breaking bread to Mr. You breaking bread to him like
Make
you
it
at a
make
strip
sense.
club throwing dollars in the air.
Make it
You
make
got all
sense.
his money, but you want a fucking handout
Mm.
when it's coming from your own kind.
That
And
part.
your own kind is only charging your dumbass half of what Mr. Bill gonna charge you.
That part.
Mr.
That
Bill might
part.
charge you. Mr. Bill might charge you $300 to put your brakes on your front and back.
Oh, you gonna pay that?
Uncle Earl only gonna charge you $150, but you
Mm-hmm.
still want to give him. You only want to give him half,
You even
but you
want
go over
more of
here
a
and give him
discount
all
now.
of it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But you gonna give him all his money.
Mindset. Programming.
Make that make sense.
It doesn't.
But Uncle Earl, they gonna consider Uncle Earl less is blessed.
That part.
Mr. Bill, oh, he's a godsend. That man,
That part.
I dropped my car off to him. I dropped my car off to him on my way to work. By the time I
Can't
got off work at 5
he can
o'clock,
do
he
no
had it
wrong.
done. He
Right.
can do no wrong. Can do no wrong.
Mm.
But you'll pay him all of the money. You'll pay him $300 to fix your car.
Without a second thought.
Without a second
But
thought.
from your
But
own.
you won't give Uncle Earl $150 to do front and rear brakes on your car. But not only is Uncle Earl gonna do the front brakes and the rear brakes, Uncle Earl gonna take it a little step further. He see your oil is dirty because he gonna check all your fluids.
Right.
He see your oil is dirty, so he can change the oil. And all he gonna charge you is $150.
That part.
But if you take it over here, he's gonna charge you $300 for the front and rear brakes. Plus he gonna charge you for an oil change. Plus he gonna charge you for the filter.
That part.
Whereas Uncle Earl is only gonna charge you $150 for the front and rear brakes, the oil filter, and a new air filter. And if he got them, he might put new windshield wipers on your car, because that's who Uncle Earl is.
Make it make sense.
But
the American people don't want a handout if it's not coming from their people, because it got to be a catch.
Right, but less is blessed.
It's blessed. Shit, no. Miss me with that one. I want all of mine.
I want it all. I gotta have all of mine. I gotta have all of mine. I can't. With the way America is going to, with the way America-ish is going today, I can't call it America until we
I
find
can't.
the other half to make a whole.
That part.
There, there, there's nothing united about America ish. The only
Nope.
thing united is the water and the chemicals that they're using to kill us off slowly
That
every
part.
single day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm with you when you're right now. That's real shit.
I don't see. I don't see no end in sight unless the American people can come
Let me find.
together as a whole
Nope.
and take this country back for what it was meant for, as our forefathers founded it on the concept and on the grounds of we the
Tell people.
people.
Facts.
If we
Now we
can't
the
get it back
corporation.
on, if we can't get it back on those fundamental aspects, America ish is doomed.
That part.
This country is in a country of disaster. And the reason why I say that it's in the country of disaster, and once again, this is my shit. If you don't like it, you don't have to fucking come over here and listen to a motherfucking thing I'm saying or talking about. I don't script shit. I don't edit shit. I can give two fucks about your feelings. But when I'm a part of a organization, a movement, and someone disrespects my family, fuck you in the ground you walk on. I have shit else to say to you. I have to treat you as such. I have to treat you like a domestic terrorist when it comes to me and mine.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you the opportunity to come forward, have a conversation with me, explain your side.
Yeah.
I I still ain't heard shit from you. So as far as I'm concerned, you meant every motherfucking word that you said in that text message that you sent me. And if you in America, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me give you the snippet of what I'm talking about. Because if you go back in the uh, episode 8, I believe it was part one of Make It Make Sense, because it's a part one and part two. Part one, I got deep down in depth with it, but it was stated. Let me see if let me make sure I find it. It was stated to me. Told you when I'm looking for something, I can't never find nothing I'm looking for. But
You know that's how it goes.
it was. It came out. Little situation happened. It came out that some words were exchanged, arguments ensued. I get a text message. Tough guy. Pull up to that address my sister dropped. Whatever address that said person was talking about, I don't know. I didn't look at everything that was going on the screen. Better yet, drop yours. Then said person continues and says, "We see you got a cracker for a wife. You talk tough, let's see." Then that said individual went on to commence to saying, "You drive trucks. Don't drop that Addy. We will find you." Sent another one, the 4 question marks and the little smiley face. "No worries. We found your family." So, since you want to bring family into it, family had nothing to do with whatever fucking feelings you were up in, but the whole premises of being over there is economics over emotions. But obviously, you didn't give two fucks about it. You called somebody out of their name, a derogatory, a derogatory slur that you don't even know shit about. You ain't never met. So since you feel the need of not wanting to clear it up or apologizing for calling somebody out their name, I give two fucks about your feelings. I can see you broke down on side of the road standing next to a mud puddle. I would purposely swerve to cover your ass from head to toe with mud and dirty, funky smelling fish water. And I would drive right past you. But at the same time, when I spray your ass with that dirty water, I hope that fake ass wig fall off your head and all your makeup fall off. So that's that's how I feel.
Only on the Best Around podcast. Unscripted,
Only
unedited,
only on
just
only on
real.
the Best Around podcast. Whoever you is, don't get two fucks about your feelings either. But one thing I can do, I can do that right there.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
even read it.
We got the creepers on late night.
Right.
Anywho, I'm your boy, Mr. G3 and Big Chad. Best Around podcast. We got another one in the bag. We got more to come. And again,
More to
we
come.
will be interviewing every single American that wants to be interviewed to get your voice heard. Whatever's going on in your county, your city, your state. We want to hear from you, unedited, unscripted, and making sure that we give you your voice. Only on the Best Around podcast. Big Chad?
And that's the motivation that I had for creating the podcast, because I see I see the need. I see the need. I see it. I see it every day that America wants a platform or wants that opportunity to just let they let their voice be heard. America is tired of crying out for help and nobody is listening to them. America needs that platform where their voice can be heard and be heard loud and clear. So, America, if you want to support the podcast, Cash App is right there at the bottom of the screen. If you want to contact the show, the email address is right there at the bottom. At the bottom of the page. You can like, comment, subscribe, email email the show. If you got a topic you want us to talk about, email the show. Say, hey, here's a topic. I would love to hear you guys talk about it and just discuss it. Email the show. Email the show. I'm open. I'm open for anything. Email the show, and if you got a topic you want us to talk about, if you want to have your voice heard on the topic that you sent the suggestion in on, leave your email address in there with the comment that you put in there. I will send you a link. You just tell me what time's good for you. I'll send you a link, and I'll have you on the show as a special guest. And you can come up on the platform right here with me and my co-host, Mr. G3. You can come up on the platform with us, and you can help us, America, talk about your topic that you
Mhm.
brought up. You made the
Yep.
suggestion. If you got enough,
Session.
if
Let's
you
talk about
if you think enough of my podcast for you to email me a suggestion for an episode, I'm going to bring you on that episode as a special guest, and you can help talk about your topic. Any and everything goes when you come over here on the show. Whatever topic you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. You can come on as a special guest, and you can help us interject and reflect on the topic. The topic at
New
hand.
segment. New segment add to the show. America. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. That's the segment. America.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Whatever you want to talk about, America.
We got
Let's
30
talk about
minutes in that space to hear you out. Let's talk about it.
Yep.
Whatever
Let's
you
talk
want to
about
speak on the Best Around podcast. What's your
Best
boy?
Around podcast. And then
C3.
if you and your boy Big C, and if you have people that want to come on and support you,
Yeah.
when you let them know what time you're gonna be on, they more than welcome to log in on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. They more than welcome to come on here and do like people do, leave comments, and as you put the comments on, I can do just like that, and I will publicize your comments. I'll put your comments right on the screen so everybody else can see it. If you have a question, put it down there. I do it just like that. Click it, put the question up there. We'll read your question out, and we'll give you our honest opinion on it.
Facts.
And then, if you want to be a future guest on the show, you do the same thing. Send us an email to the email address that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and you too can come on the show and be a special guest on the show, on the Best Around podcast. And you can come on here and we'll talk about anything. We'll talk about anything. We'll talk about your favorite sports team if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about your favorite sports team, even if they are in the rebuilding phases. We'll still talk about
it. Even if they're never in the running. Even if they're the Cleveland Browns. Even if they're the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, you know.
Even if they're the Miami Dolphins. Florida, I love y'all, but we got the best talent and our teams suck. Make it make sense.
A lot of teams in the rebuilding phase.
We've been in the rebuilding phase for years, nigga.
You know what? But you know what? The worst team in America has been rebuilding for years.
Mm-hmm.
Decade after decade after decade after decade, and still cannot get it right. You know what team that is?
You can't be talking about the Raiders.
Nope. It's one team in America.
Wait. You talking football, basketball, baseball?
Nope. It's one team in America that's been rebuilding for years. Decade after decade after decade after decade.
Oh, okay.
Century after century after century.
Gotcha.
Generation after generation after generation after generation.
And can't get it right.
And still cannot come together and get it right.
That's an easy one.
For the betterment of the American people. You know what team that is? The
Team
fucking
America.
Human race.
Yep.
The human race.
Yep. All day, every day.
Can't get the human race. You know what? Instead of calling it the human race, you know what the human race ought to be called? Can't get right.
They just can't get right.
Can't get right.
The divided races of the world.
But in some of their minds, less is blessed.
So confusion.
Make that make sense, America.
It doesn't.
But once again, if you want to subscribe to the show, Cash App's right there.
Hit that subscribe button.
If you want to be an upcoming future guest on the show,
Hit the
Email
email.
address is scrolling. Email address is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And once again, America, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, we'll see you on the other side. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
That boy.
Peace.